Hi, I'm Julie. I'm an ELI reader. We're going to talk about phonological awareness. It sounds complicated, but it really isn't. Phonological awareness is recognizing that it's recognizing the sounds that we use in our language, the speech sounds, the syllables, the words that make up the sentences, and then it's our ability to manipulate those sounds within the words. So phonological awareness really is our sensitivity to the sounds that we hear in the words that we read and write. With preschool children, phonological awareness typically involves rhyming and alliteration. You already know about rhyming, where words sound the same at the end of the word. And here's a book where you can actually see it very clearly. Op, op, hop, on, pop. And throughout this book, not one we read, but you can see how the words end with the same letters over and over. Up, up for pup and cup. So rhyming is something that's very familiar to you. Alliteration is also familiar, but you may not know the term. It's where you use words that start with the same sound. So it might be big and boy, or bear and book. Now, what I've found with children where I ask specific questions about this, can you think of a word that rhymes with big? And lots of times they will tell me book or boy. And of course, they start with the same sounds. They don't end with the same 2 or 3 sounds. So you can always say, well, those words do start with the same ba. I heard boy and book and big. But if I want a word that rhymes with big, I'm going to have to think of something else that sounds like ig at the end, like pig or dig or gig. So wig, there are lots of words that rhyme. So you want to make that distinction, and if the kids don't quite get it, your comments will help them listen either to the beginning sounds for alliteration or the ending sounds for rhyming. Here's a title of a book where we have some alliteration. If you give a moose a muffin, moose, muffin, they start with the same sound, don't they? What letter is that? It's an M there and there. So that would be an example of alliteration in a title. And it's easy to call attention to this feature of the phonological system in our language. Okay, so perhaps the easiest way for you to begin including phonological awareness activities in your reading, and you probably already do, is to just comment or mention when you see some of these features, like Hugless Douglas. Oh, those words rhyme, don't they? They sound the same at the end. They're not spelled exactly the same, but they sound the same. Hugless Douglas. And just a comment about those words rhyming calls children's attention to that feature. Another title. This book is filled with rhyming words, but duck in the truck. Duck, truck. Those words rhyme. And there are many others in this book to emphasize rhyming. Here's a lovely book that's all written in rhyme. And many of our books are. But it's a place where you might call attention then to the words that you hear that rhyme. Over in the meadow where the stream runs blue lived an old mother fish and her little fishies too. Blue, too. Rhyming words. Swim, said the mother. We swim, said the two, so they swam all day where the stream runs blue. Two blue. Nice rhyming words. And you just sort of call the kids' attention to words that rhyme, or words that start with the same sound. There's another interesting book I really like, Beetle Bop, partly because of just the print. Got some alliteration, beetle and bop. And look at this page. We've got letters that sort of sound like the sounds associated with the Beatles, buzzing Beatles. You can really call the kids' attention to that part of the sound system, this sound letter correspondence. Z does Z. Humming. With the M's, it sounds like a hum, but it also allows you to recognize those M's and the sounds that they make. Again, down here. And we've got lots of nice print referencing there also. But very nice book. So in summary, just by noticing some of these aspects of phonological awareness, like rhyming words and words that start with the same sounds, you can really call the children's attention to an important feature that will assist them in becoming better readers earlier. We make that connection between the sounds that we make speaking and the words that we read and the words that we write. So phonological awareness is a wonderful part to include in any read-along you do with children.